Since the fall of Fasher on October 26, 2025, the Strategic Initiative for Women in the Horn of Africa has documented and verified 52 cases of rape and gang rape, taking place in the first 10 days immediately following the attack by the Rapid Support Forces. Most of these crimes were committed on October 27 alone. These violations occurred as women and girls attempted to flee from the city through Shegra, Garni, and Tura villages in addition to Al-Amal Gate. The cases we have documented only represent a fraction of the considerable and widespread atrocities committed. Survivors include girls as young as 14 years old and women up to the age of 45. These violations explicitly illustrate the use of sexual violence as a weapon of war used to terrorize and dismantle indigenous African communities in the Darfur region. This is confirmed by the speed, magnitude, and brutality in which these crimes were carried out. Since the RSF took full control of Fasher, thousands of women and girls have been subjected to forced displacement, fleeing under gunfire, bombardment, and targeted attacks. Many escaped after witnessing the execution of family members, the burning of houses, and armed raids on civilian neighborhoods. Forced displacement has become a deliberate tactic. Women and girls are pushed out of their homes with nothing, forced to work for days through unsafe routes controlled by the Rapid Support Forces, who continue to violate, abduct, and terrorize them along the way. This displacement, as witnessed and lived through for the past 23 years, is part of a broader strategy to leave Darfur communities exceptionally vulnerable to violence, starvation, and exploitation. Along all major exit routes from Fasher, women and girls are being abducted and forcibly disappeared in groups, held in isolated areas, subjected to sexual violence, beatings, and intimidation. As observed in SIHA Network previous updates on Fasher, ransom extortion by the Rapid Support Forces has now become a systematic practice, trapping families in financial desperation and forcing survivors to return to unsafe areas in search of money. The most alarming dimension of this crisis is the total collapse of all protection systems. There are no functioning referral pathways, survivor-centered protocols, trained fast responders, or safe shelters for women and girls fleeing violence. Neither national nor international humanitarian actors in the area have been able to respond sufficiently considering the scale of the crisis, leaving most survivors with no medical care, psychosocial support, nor any mechanism for reporting or safety. With no justice or accountability for perpetrators and no protective presence on the ground, thousands of civilians, especially women and girls, remain completely exposed and unprotected in the face of rapidly intensifying violence. We remain deeply concerned that RSF forces may launch an attack on Tawila, placing an already traumatized population of displaced women and girls at further risk of sexual violence, abduction, enforced disappearance, and death. Tawila is increasingly becoming a pressure zone, with the town serving as temporary refuge for thousands of civilians. Tawila is literally collapsing under the weight of displacement and insecurity. Without urgent international intervention, it risks becoming the next epicenter of mass atrocities in North Darfur. An attack under these conditions would result in catastrophic loss of life. The crimes unfolding in and around Fasher represent one of the most severe sexual violence emergencies in Darfur's recent history. Every hour, more women and girls are at immediate risk of rape, abduction, torture, enslavement, or death. We call on the United Nations, the African Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, international humanitarian agencies, and all relevant actors to respond immediately and decisively. Thank you.